There it goes. Yeah, go. Yeah.
This guy that had a speech impediment wanted to get a job.
No pressure.
And he couldn't get hired anywhere. So he walks into this toothbrush factory one day and he says, "Geez, mister, I really need a job." He says, could you give me a job selling toothbrushes? And the guy goes, "Well, we really don't need anybody right now, but I'll tell you what. I'll give you these 5 toothbrushes. You take them out. If you can sell all 5 of them by the end of the day, we'll talk about it tomorrow." "Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, mister. You don't know how much this means to me." So he takes the 5 toothbrushes and he goes out, comes back at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He goes, Sir, I sold all my toothbrushes." He goes, "You sold all 5 of your toothbrushes?" He says, "Yep, sold every one of them." He goes, "Well, that really impressed me." He said, "You know what? Come in here 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll give you 10 toothbrushes. If you can sell them by the end of the day," he said, "we're getting closer to giving you a full-time job." "Oh, thank you, sir." He said, "You don't know how much that means to me." He said, "I'll be there bright and early." So this dude comes at 7 o'clock in the morning. He picks up his 10 toothbrushes. He goes out. He's out till about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. He comes back. He says, "Boss, I sold all 10 toothbrushes." He says, "You sold all 10 of them today?" He says, "Yep, sold every one of them." He says, "I'm really impressed." He said, "I'll tell you what. You come in tomorrow. I give you the toothbrushes at 7 o'clock. I want you to sell 50 of them." He said, "If you can sell 50 toothbrushes before we close tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, he says, you have a job." "Oh, thank you, sir. You don't know how much this means to me." So he comes in 7 o'clock the next morning, grabs toothbrushes, takes off. 11 o'clock in the morning comes. He's walking through the door again. The boss says to him, "What are you doing back here already?" He said, "I sold my toothbrushes." He said, "You sold 50 toothbrushes in 4 hours." He goes, "Yep, sold every one of them." He goes, boss says, "All right." He says, "Starting tomorrow, you got a full-time job." "Let me ask you though," he says, "how did you sell 50 toothbrushes in 4 hours?" He said, "It was easy. I went out to the airport and I put a table out." He said, "I put some chips on the table and I put some dip on the table." He said, "The people come off the airplane and I'd say, 'Would you like to try some chips and dip?' And he said, they'd take a chip and they'd stick it in dip and they'd eat it and they'd go, 'Ooh, this tastes like shit.'" He says, "It is shit. Want to buy a toothbrush?"